All right, let's get started. Like I said before, thanks for coming. This is going to be just a crash course on some of the main topics on SnapStream. If this is your first time, no worries. You're at a great place. And again, we welcome questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Real quick, I just want to talk about myself for a second, which I don't really like to do, but I am your customer success manager at SnapStream. I want to make sure that you are 100% successful, and that includes training or any questions you have, or if something's not being addressed correctly. I'm here to root for you. I used to be a customer of SnapStream, and so I know I've been in your shoes. And I'm super excited to join the SnapStream team early this year. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I currently am the only one in SnapStream in Los Angeles, and I've been in the broadcasting industry for about 12 years now. And again, I'm super excited to be able to train you guys. And in order to get a hold of me, if you have any questions or want to go over anything again, feel free to go to our website and go to the support tab there and go to training and then training setup. You've got full access to my calendar there. I don't work Saturdays and Sundays, sorry, but you can pretty much schedule me from any time. I don't mind waking up or staying up late in order to help you guys out. So wherever your time zone is. Again, I talked really briefly about our cheat sheet here. Our cheat sheet is available during this GoToWebinar meeting, and it's a great way to get started. I have one on my desk, and it kind of just gives you the basics that we're going to go through. If this is the first time you've ever heard of SnapStream or done anything with SnapStream, I just want to be the first one to say welcome to SnapStream. It's a great product and a great company to kind of work for. So in this class, we're going to overview 5 different topics and what we like to champion ourselves on. What kind of tool is SnapStream? Well, SnapStream is a TV watching tool. That means that think of it as a big DVR. But it's also a TV searching tool. So it's also kind of a search engine for TV as well. SnapStream is also a clipping tool. Think of it as a creative repurposing TV show type of interface and tool. SnapStream is also a social media tool. SnapStream is the fastest way you're going to be able to take a TV clip and post it to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. But SnapStream is also a TV monitoring tool. So think of SnapStream as a way to know what's going on TV without manually searching sometimes. So again, these are going to be what we're going to go over very quickly today. It's a crash course. There's so much to do, and I'm looking to make a webinar just like this for every single one of these topics. If you have any questions, please feel free to again post that inside the webinar. But also, if you want one-on-one attention on any of these topics, feel free to schedule that time with me. What we're not going to cover today is any sort of administration settings. We're not going to go over hardware settings, or any sort of set-top boxes. We're just going to be looking at the SnapStream interface and really dial into how to use this kind of as quickly as possible. I'm going to be doing a class on these topics in the near future, so look out for that if that's something you're interested in. One note on permissions. So depending on who your administrator is, they might want to restrict you from some of the settings that we're talking about. If you feel like you need these settings, let's talk to your administrator. I don't mind talking to them with you to try and see if you can use these tools as well. So if you don't see something, don't be too surprised, and every kind of place is different. So let's dive in now that we've got all that stuff. And like I said, SnapStream is a TV watching tool. So what does that mean? It means that SnapStream allows you to watch both live and recorded TV anywhere you have access to your SnapStream server. Your server might be on-prem, it might be on the cloud, depending on where it is. But let me go through the basics. Let's just say that you have access to your server. So you're going to be greeted once you log in, once your administrator gives you a username and password, to a welcome screen. and it might look something similar like this. Again, some of your features might be disabled. If you ever need to go back to the watch screen, I put a little red arrow on the upper left-hand corner. You can hit that just like any sort of website, and it will bring it right back to this welcome screen. If you ever feel lost, that's your guide. If we click the library, we're going to see all of our recorded content. And there's two areas that you can click on to get to the library. There's the pane on the left-hand side, or it's always up on top on your bar up there. So when we run into our library, we're going to see all the programs that we have recording or previously recording programs. If it's a program that's currently being recorded, you can view it just like it's a live, or you can go back to the future, back to the beginning of the program without any problem. So you have a in progress recording and a recorded program. And so this is an in progress report program. You can see that with the notification there. In there as well, you'll get a recorded show title, some program description, and if you're running 9.2, you'll actually get a thumbnail. That's something new we just recently added. And if you haven't upgraded, we can talk about that as well. On the right-hand side, you've got a bunch of play tools. If you just click the whole bar, it's going to play the clip. But if you wanted to just view transcript, then you can view the transcript only. You can share that clip right away by hitting the share clip, and I'll get into what that really means a little bit later. And you can also add multiple clips to a multi-viewer, and I'm going to go through that as well. If I'm going a little fast, it's because we got a lot to cover, and if you want more detail, we can dive in as well. This is what a previously recorded clip looks like. So you can see the difference is that there's a content duration. An average TV program is about 30 minutes, and so that's what we usually record. You can see that Guy Ferrari travels the country in search for a neighborhood. So it gives you a program description. The main difference between a recorded program and an in progress recording is the fact that you can download that clip. We give that option as well, and that's going to actually download to your desktop that full clip. But let's move on. Let's take a look at when you click on a clip, and it will bring you to this window and start playing that recording right away. And it usually does it from the very beginning. It's split into three different window panes. The first pane, which cannot be changed, is the video player, and that's going to be able to view that window. This window will look differently depending on what device you're using and what size, but generally speaking, anything from 1080p to 4K, you'll basically get a video window and two panes, and those panes can be switched around to accommodate your needs. So what I usually do, but you can change this however you want, is that pane 1 is showing transcription, and pane 2 I use for clipping and social media, but you're able to modify that however you'd like. So let's jump into the player real quick. The player helps us view, locate, and select the content that we wish to post. And this will be just basically like a regular video player. You've got play, volume controls, the ability to mark in and mark out, just like any sort of player. And we'll go into mark in and mark out in just a second when we get into clipping. We can add tags. We have different playback settings, so we can maybe view that content maybe a little bit faster. And we also have a full screen. So that will take that whole video, make it into kind of a full screen viewer. We have also additional tools up above that, including just stepping back and stepping forward. She'll just move it a couple seconds or a couple frames. We can fast forward, rewind, skip to the end of the clip, skip to the beginning of that clip. You can make a screenshot right away, or in 9.2, we've also added the ability to display closed captions right there in that window. All right, moving forward. I'm sorry if I'm kind of skipping some stuff, but again, we have kind of a limited time. So let's look at really quickly at the transcription window. So we talked about the video. Transcription is also playing on the right-hand side. So the SnapStream has the ability to read closed captioning content that's being brought in with the clip. The FCC has made that a requirement in the U.S. to have everything in that's being broadcast. So we take that and we're able to use that to navigate the clip, but also search as well inside that clip. So you're going to see a search bar at the top. You're going to see the current playhead location transcript. So anything in that dark blue is what's being currently set on TV. And you can actually click around anywhere within the transcription and it will jump to that point. You'll also see a search result if that's a search within the clip or one of our other searching features. So this is really powerful to know kind of what's happening in the show or your program before it's even being set. So let's talk really quickly about setting a recording. Uh, Please be careful with this because every kind of site is a little bit different, and people have different recording policies. Sometimes some sites have kind of a limited amount of space that they have recording. So let's just dive into it. The quickest way to set an upcoming recording is by using the guide. And the guide is just that. It's a guide for TV. It might look familiar to you if you have a DVR at home, or maybe even your old TV guide. That might be, that was a long time ago. But basically, what we want to do is select the program that we want to record. And let's just say we want to record the CBS Evening News at 6:30 p.m. So I'll click that clip and it'll give me a menu that will give me a bunch of different options there. So I can watch that channel on live TV, but what we want to do is record that episode into the future. So what we're going to do is hit that record this episode button there. And so that will basically set a marker to record that episode. Let's quickly go into multicam. We're doing pretty well on time, but I want to just try and move it forward as quickly as possible. Inside our library, you'll see a little icon on the right-hand side with 4 different panels. You can load up to 4 different clips and hit that play button and see each of those recordings going on at the same time. They'll basically be playing in a multi-view view. You click on any one of those, they'll be highlighted in a blue box, and there'll be the audio there. You have different tools. I'm just going to move forward just for the sake of time and go into searching. So the ability for SnapStream to search is probably one of the most powerful things in SnapStream. Basically a search engine for TV. And you can actually search for anything that's said in the past, but also guide data for anything that's going to be said in the future. So if you wanted to set a recording, but you don't know what time that program is going to be done, you can actually just search for that term and set that recording into the future. So the search, to be able to search, you use the search bar, and the search bar is always up on the top when you need it. It's a great navigation tool, and no matter what window you're in, you're going to be able to search for that. And there you go. So this is the welcome stream. It will always be there up on the top. So let's do a very, very simple search. I've got a whole other webinar on search that you can do super fancy stuff with, but we're just going to search for one word, the word cat. And so I'm going to type that up in my top bar and either hit enter or that magnifying glass. So once we hit enter, just a second, I think I've got, oh, okay, sorry. Once you hit enter, you'll be able to see kind of a search result going on there. Just a second. There we go. Yeah, so you'll see a search result, not much different from a search engine. You'll see that the guide data is up above, and it will show your previous recorded programs along with that search result. If there's multiple mentions inside a program about that topic, it will indent it and show you different places where it's been mentioned. If I click that, it will actually jump me exactly to the point where they said that word. So in this clip particularly, you can see that there's a cat in the program. That's a good sign. The next part, it'll actually, like I said, jump to the playhead of that search term. It'll also change the current transcription playhead and jump it to there as well and see exactly where it is inside that program. It will also show other mentions of that word inside the program. And so it's super powerful. You just have to type in whatever keyword and select it. And then you can actually search within that clip as well. And so again, anytime you can search for any word and find that program easy. I want to invite you to join our next session with searching, and we can get really precise clips on what we're trying to find. Next, let's talk about how SnapStream is a clipping tool. So clipping is, so what is clipping? That word might be kind of new to some people. So clipping is the ability to take a large video and repurpose it by changing its duration. So for example, if you have a 30-minute television program, you can clip out a 10-second clip or even just a screenshot and send that to a producer, an editor, or social media. And so let's go back to the player and take a look at how we do that. So the main tools that you want to use in order to clip is the play and the mark in and mark out, which we talked about a little bit. The mark in, it means the start of that clip. So it's where you want to start that beginning of that program, where a mark out is going to be the end. The shortcuts, you can work with this very fast if you remember the shortcuts. I or Z for a mark in, and O and X for a mark out. So you can quickly move forward between the timeline and set a mark in and mark out, and that will be a selection of the clip that you want to repurpose. Once you select an in and out mark, you do get an in out menu that gives you a couple different options. And you're able to modify that clip going back and forth with that. But what we're going to look at today is kind of more a broad option with the window panels. And for clipping, we're going to get to social media in just a second, but for clipping, we're going to use the clipping menu here. And the clipping menu looks like this. The first option you have is clip and you have a bunch of different options. You can transform, share via SnapStream, add to playlists, create an animated GIF, or export. And basically, these are all opportunities to send this clip out outside of SnapStream. And so in this option, or in this example, I'm going to show you how to do share via SnapStream, which will take the clip and email it to whoever you want. The recipient doesn't have to necessarily be a SnapStream user in order to use this. So it's the ability of taking TV clips and emailing it to people. And I'll show you what that looks like. So once that's selected, you'll have new options down below. You can add a watermark if you want to, and you can share. The most important option is share to, and the share to is the email recipient. You write up a little email and you set the duration to how long you want that clip to be kind of out there. I set the duration usually for about a month. If somebody's not going to use the clip within a month, then whatever. But when they get the email, they'll get a link to a clip that looks just like this. And you'll see it looks exactly like the SnapStream interface. But again, they don't need to be SnapStream users to receive this. They'll get a full playback of that clip. They'll get a transcription with the same functionalities that you can kind of click around. But then also they have the ability to download that clip as well and repurpose it themselves. So it's a great way to share clips kind of outside, maybe to a producer or whoever. Let's move right along. We're doing pretty well on time, but I wanted to give you a chance to see this stuff in action as well. But SnapStream is also a social media tool. This means we can take clips like we just learned and post that to straight to social media. What social media platforms are supported in SnapStream? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. And we actually in 9.1 added live features to these as well. And so what we're going to talk about just really quickly is just how to post a Twitter image. And let's move forward. To add your user at a user level, just go to your profile settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom and add your account. And I go through this a little bit more detail in my other classes, but let's just kind of move forward. So the Twitter tab is right next to the bookmark tab. And the bookmark tab, the Twitter tab, will allow you to take either an in and out mark video or an image and post it straight to Twitter. So what does that look like? I have this image and I want to post it to Twitter. First thing I want to do is make sure that that Twitter user account is the right account. You don't want to be posting to somebody else's account. That could be really bad. Next, you want to, if you want to reply to a tweet, you have the option to do that. You have the tweet text, and that's where you put all your hashtags and mentions. So I put down, I'm rooting for the Husky. I have a Husky at home, and I thought I should root for him. We have a refresh. So if if the image preview isn't showing the correct image, if it's not up to date to where you have the playhead, you want to hit that refresh button, and it'll update that for you. We also have cropping tools. So if you don't want the full image, you just want to see the Husky, you don't want to see the other dogs in the shot, you can actually crop that out. Might be good for Instagram or something to that effect, although we can't post directly in Instagram at the time. Next, we can actually insert meme text directly to that. So this is great if you're posting, something funny to social media. I say, let the Husky win. You can see on the left-hand side, that's the top, and the right-hand side, it's the bottom. And I can delay my post to a certain time, and we can actually add a watermark to that as well. And you can see that I have the SnapStream watermark. Once you hit tweet, so you want to hit the submit tweet button. Once you hit tweet, if it's an image, it should take just a couple seconds and post it directly to Twitter. If you're tweeting a video, make sure you have that in and out marks, but it might take a little bit longer, especially if it's a longer clip. And you can do extra long clips as well. So you'll see kind of that clipping progress bar along with posting tweet. Once it's tweeted, a posting tweet with screenshot there, and a hyperlink to Twitter to see that tweet. And this is a tweet that I did a couple days ago, just for an example, and you can see that it's just writing on my Twitter. Lastly, SnapStream is a TV monitoring tool. So what if you wanted to keep tabs on your favorite candidate? What we could do is any recorded or future recording, if it's being said or broadcast, it'll set an alert and email you a example of that. So let's go to our alerts screen. If you go to our welcome screen, you can go up to alerts. And then these are the current active alerts that my system has. You can search for both closed captioning for anything that's being said or said on TV, or you can search the guide for any upcoming programs. So if you want to look for upcoming presidential programming, you can set presidential. It'll give you a list, and that way you can set that up in the future. To create a new alert, you just hit that create new alert on the left-hand side there, and it will give you basically a option to create something like that. Again, alert type, you can search for closed captioning or whatever. What's important is to put your email address in there wherever you want that report to be sent, and then the frequency of how often you want emails. You can do anything from weekly, I want to see what's been said on TV weekly, or near real time. So anytime a certain word is said, I'll get an email saying, alert, here it is, and give you basically a link to that show when it's being said. So I live in Santa Clarita, California, and so I created an alert for Santa Clarita. And my nearby neighborhoods, Burbank, La Crescenta, Santa Clarita. So I get an email every day at 9 a.m. with that search term. And so this is what the email looks like. Again, it's basically a search engine inside my email of every listing of that word. So it will show me Burbank. You know, it's 59 degrees in Burbank. I get a lot of weather stuff when I search a location like that. And I can show you guys this in action. I know that some of you guys have to go. It's going a little bit later than I'd like it to be, but if you can stick around, I'd love to show you kind of how to do stuff like this. And this will take probably about 5 or 10 minutes. And so if you have to leave, I'm sorry you have to go, but thanks for coming. But first, let's do a watching. So I told you that SnapStream is a tool for watching TV. So let's go into our library like we talked about, and we'll have a list of all the different programs that are currently in progress. But then if I scroll down, you can see programs that are new and have that were already recorded. So I can click on like Let's Make a Deal. And you can see that the clip plays from the very beginning right away. I have a transcription here, and I can jump around at any time and see that transcription moving as I'm playing it. So I'm an automotive product specialist. I have the volume on. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but basically she's saying exactly what I'm saying here. If I want to search, we talked about search, I can search for any word. So we searched for dog, cat before, so let's search for dog. I can click on that and you can see all the mentions of all my recordings of dog. And if I click on it, it will jump me exactly to when they're talking about I'm not, although your favorite ice cream is butter pecan and that your dog's name is Wally. So it jumps you exactly to where they said it. And that's super powerful. So you know exactly a phrase that you want to reach or want to reach out to, then that's a super powerful way of doing that. So let's do a clip. So we talked about SnapStream is a clipping tool. So I'm gonna just take this clip here. I'm gonna make a mark in by pushing I, and you can see that it appears a little in mark. I'm going to play just a couple seconds forward, and I'm going to push out O for out. And so this is just a 4-second clip, just for a demonstration. And I'm going to go over to my clipping tab over here. You can see that I have all the different options that we talked about. I'm going to share this via SnapStream, and I'm going to rename this clip as, I'll just call it Friends. I can add tabs to search for it later if I want to, and I can send that to different clipping folders. I have all these different watermarks that I can do. I'm going to select a SnapStream logo, and I'm going to share this to my email address, dave@snapstream.com, if you ever need me. It'll auto-populate with the guide data's subject, and I can say anything that I want. I can say, check out this clip. And then the duration, like we talked about before, how long the program will be available on TV or on the server. And I can hit the clip button there. That's going to take a couple seconds, but what it's doing is basically sending that clip and hosting it onto the cloud for anybody to see it and then be able to send that to your recipient. And I'll show you exactly what that clip will look like once they get the email. So it'll take a couple seconds. Again, it's taking just that part. And actually, I can keep on working as this is being going as well. I can still play my video. I can still jump around within that program. Again, I can pause here, and it's uploading that file. One thing that I didn't cover is that you can also come over to your tasks, and you can see all your different tasks going on over there. So there you go. That's what it looks like. I'm going to click on the link and I can basically paste that, or I can hit play. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to play that clip here or paste that clip here. This is exactly what they'll get in their email. A little, because it's a short clip, they're not going to have a full transcription, but I can basically go around and play that video right there live. And again, you don't need any sort of SnapStream login to do that. You also have the ability to download that clip as well. So let's go back. And I said that SnapStream is also a social media tool. So let's make a quick tweet. So I'm going to go back to my library. I'm going to go to the Bold and Beautiful because it's available. I'm just going to find a real small clip and I'm going to hit pause by hitting spacebar once that's loaded. I can go over to my Twitter tab over here and I can see all the different SnapStream users. And I can say hashtag fave show or whatever you want. I'm going to make this an image. You can see that the video and the GIF are grayed out. That's because I don't have an in and out mark set. And I can just basically set whatever I want. If I just want to tweet this how I want to tweet it, I hit the tweet button and it automatically posts it to my Twitter page. Again, if I want to do a video, I can make a mark in, I can make a mark out, and then those options are available for me as there as well. Lastly, SnapStream is a monitoring tool. So I can go to the alerts tab up here and I can see all alerts. And so you can see my different examples of different alerts that are being sent to different people in my company. This is one of my alerts. I'm going to Japan soon, and so I want to learn all about different recordings of Japan. And so basically every day at 9 a.m. I get a email with all the different results of that. And we're happy to set this up for you if you have any questions or anything like that. But that's basically it that we're kind of going over in kind of our one-on-one class. Again, we're going to go over these at a different date and go more detail. But this is kind of a high-level overview. If you have any other questions or anything like that, I'm happy to do kind of a one-on-one session with you. We can go over pretty much anything and everything SnapStream. So I just want to thank you for joining us, and we'll be here for questions. If you have any questions, I haven't been paying attention if there has been questions. So let me go over there real quick. But yeah, if you have any questions, we'll be here for a little while. We'll probably send the answers to your questions privately. But thanks for joining us, and look out for other webinars that will go over each of these topics in much, much more detail.